some of us felt like maybe she hadn't proved it in the WNBA, but at this point, she certainly has. So she proved everybody wrong.
What about, and rather than some out there accepting and embracing that, they resented it, and they tried to use the contributions of others who came before Caitlin Clark to justify their vitriol.
For weeks, Caitlin Clark's social media was silent on anything basketball. No workout updates, no practice clips, nothing. Naturally, rumors took off, with stories suggesting Clark had secretly flown to Europe. Soon, supposed Clark sightings were reported in every major basketball hub across the Atlantic, sparking a frenzy of speculation.
Who you got winning a three-point contest? A blindfolded Caitlin Clark or a prime Shaquille O'Neal?
I'm going Caitlin Clark. Blindfolded Caitlin Clark. Blindfolded Caitlin Clark.
All day, right? Over Shaq?
Blindfolded Caitlin Clark.
Gotta go Caitlin Clark.
I'm blindfolded Cece. I'm blindfolded Caitlin Clark. I'm gonna go Caitlin. I actually didn't have to think. I gotta be realistic here. Caitlin Clark.
Over Shaq?
It don't matter if she blindfolded or not. She gonna make them. Trust me.
She's had enough reps to where she can make it work.
Everybody.
Shaq. You gotta get a gym, Shaq. Like you tell me.
Who you got winning a three-point contest? Yourself blindfolded or a prime Shaq?
Shaq.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, blindfolded is crazy. I can't see the real Shaq. I'll let Shaq take that.
Everybody said a blindfolded Caitlin, except for Caitlin.
Oh, of course she is. She's too humble.
Rumors swirled that Caitlin Clark was training with top French teams or even signing contracts overseas. Things got so intense that poorly photoshopped images of Clark in a Euro jersey began circulating to prove the claims. But guess what? Every one of those sources was completely wrong.
I got a technical for basically being mad at myself because I missed the three and then I went and hit the backboard and he told me it was disrespectful to the game of basketball. So I don't know, it reminded me of the technical that I got in college where I said, damn it, where it's like a personal frustration. Had nothing to do with my team, had nothing to do with their reffing, had nothing to do with other team. It was just because I'm a competitor and I felt like I should have been making more shots. So, but I think he fired me up to continue to play a lot harder. I thought we got a lot better after he did that. So I want to thank him for that.
While fans fueled rumors, Caitlin Clark was right here in the US, going all out in the gym and pushing her limits. Today we've got the inside scoop, a first look at Clark's intense off-season training routine. From draining 25 straight threes to mastering pinpoint shooting drills, she's sending a clear message to her competition. Caitlin Clark is back, stronger, sharper, and more relentless than ever. But that's not all. This off-season grind isn't just about her. It's about what she's bringing to the WNBA as a whole. Could she be gearing up for an MVP-caliber season? Is she adding new skills that will elevate both her game and her team's performance? We're diving into all of it. Before we jump in, make sure to tap that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exclusive updates.
Caitlin Clark came into the WNBA as the most impactful women's basketball player we've seen in a generation.
Caitlin Clark comes in, the entire offense shifts, the entire offense gets faster, the entire team is elevated with the addition of Caitlin Clark.
Remember the wild rumor that Caitlin Clark had secretly jetted off to Europe for an off-season basketball adventure? The internet was ablaze with speculation. One day, she was reportedly in Spain, and the next, she was rumored to be playing on courts in Paris. It felt like basketball's own version of Where's Waldo, with fans placing her in every conceivable European gym. The chatter exploded across social media, fueling excitement and curiosity about her supposed escapades.
Even though Caitlin Clark was not selected to the USA Women's Olympic basketball team, it has been reported that she will be the first alternate if one of the 12 selected didn't play for whatever reason.
Clark signing with a French club and being spotted practicing in Italy had fans convinced she was busy building her European empire. But here's the real story. Caitlin Clark was nowhere near Europe. She was right here in the US, working harder than ever, and now we have the proof to put those rumors to rest. To understand how this rumor snowballed, let's rewind to where it all began. For weeks, Caitlin Clark's social media went dark on basketball. No practice videos, no workout shots, nothing. In an age where everyone's life is broadcast in real time, her sudden media blackout acted like a starter pistol for the rumor mill. People jumped to conclusions, convinced she must be in Europe, working on her game. Every YouTube channel and armchair analyst came up with elaborate theories, each more outlandish than the last. The best part? Not a single one of them was true. Some channels took things to the next level, trying to sell the story with laughable evidence. We're talking about poorly photoshopped images that looked like high school projects gone wrong, with Clark's face awkwardly pasted onto random European players. There were also blurry, out-of-focus photos that could have featured anyone with a ponytail, alongside fake documents claiming she had signed an overseas contract. It was a whirlwind of speculation based on nothing, while Clark was quietly training hard back home.
Yeah, so what we've been talking about for the last couple of years is this prioritization rule of the WNBA. And it goes into full effect in 2024. And what it means is if you are not back from your overseas commitment.
Let's be real. Caitlin Clark isn't the type of player to jet off to Europe without making some noise. She's a straight shooter both on and off the court, and there's no way she'd be hiding something like that. Meanwhile, the real European leagues were already deep into their seasons, and there was no sign of Clark on their rosters. Let's think about this for a second. If one of the most recognizable faces in women's basketball suddenly showed up on a European team, don't you think someone would notice? Where were the press releases, the fan photos, the actual evidence? The complete lack of reliable sightings or reports was starting to make this whole saga feel pretty ridiculous. Yet, the rumors kept rolling. So if she wasn't in Europe playing under the radar, where was she? The answer may not be as thrilling, but it makes a lot more sense. Caitlin Clark was right here in the US, enjoying a well-deserved break from basketball. That's right, folks. Clark wasn't sneaking off to another continent to rack up secret stats. Instead, she was spending her downtime golfing with her Indiana Fever teammate Lexi Hull, hitting up carnivals with Aaliyah Boston, attending charity events with her boyfriend, and catching up with friends. You know, the typical activities for a 22-year-old when she's not breaking records on the court. So much for the great European adventure. But for someone like Clark, who lives and breathes competition, downtime doesn't last forever.
WNBA, are y'all trying to have no viewers?
I think in my 11-year career, I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. It's unacceptable, honestly. We've been professional throughout the whole entire thing, but I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it.
While the internet was losing its mind trying to track Caitlin Clark's imaginary European tour, she was actually doing what she does best: grinding. As rumors reached a fever pitch, Clark decided it was time to set the record straight. She emerged with footage that shut down all the gossip and showcased her true off-season grind. And let me tell you, this footage is no joke. Her Indiana Fever team dropped a series of videos on social media, and within seconds, the internet was buzzing again, this time with the real story. Clark was back at the Fever's training facility, casually sinking three-pointer after three-pointer like she was born to do it. In one jaw-dropping clip, she hit 25 consecutive threes with such ease and precision that it looked like she could have gone on all day. This wasn't just a warm-up drill. It was a statement to the league and beyond. For anyone who thought Clark might be taking it easy this offseason, this was a wake-up call. While the rest of the world speculated, she was leveling up her game. So what exactly was she working on during this intense offseason? Clark isn't the type to go through the motions. Every session has a purpose. First on her list was building up her strength and adding a floater shot. I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. There are so many areas that I want to improve in, and I'm going to continue to get in the gym and work on that every single day, she shared. This is a smart move, especially for a guard like Clark, who often faces bigger defenders. A solid floater means she can go over their heads with ease, giving her another weapon to pull out at any moment. If this sounds familiar, you're onto something. Steph Curry, one of the NBA's most iconic shooters, spent an offseason working on his floater and building up his frame. The result? A championship and a Finals MVP in 2022. Clark's taking a page right out of the Curry playbook, and the impact could be just as transformative. But that's not all. Clark's been diligently working on her left-handed dribbling, putting in hours to ensure she's just as dangerous going left as she is going right. You might think, isn't dribbling with both hands pretty basic? Sure, but when you're in the WNBA, where every little advantage counts, being able to use both hands equally well can make a huge difference. Imagine trying to defend a player who can drive left, pull up for a three, or hit you with a floater all in the blink of an eye. It's like trying to guard a human tornado.
I think just the biggest thing is, it's really, really special, and I don't think it's going to set in for me for quite some time. I want my legacy to be the impact that I can have on young kids and the people in the state of Iowa. And I hope I brought them a lot of joy this season.
This commitment to improving her skill set is just one reason why Caitlin Clark is a player to watch this upcoming season. She's not just resting on her laurels. She's actively working to become a more well-rounded player. The off-season grind she's showcasing isn't just about maintaining her current skills, but about elevating her entire game to new heights. As the league gears up for a new season, Clark's work ethic and determination will likely set the tone for her performance. With her unwavering focus on self-improvement, fans can expect to see a player who is not only ready to compete, but also poised to make a significant impact on the court. Whether it's draining threes or navigating defenses with finesse, Caitlin Clark is coming back stronger than ever. So while the rumors may have been fun for a moment, the reality is that Clark is dedicated to her craft, and her true off-season story is one of hard work and relentless determination. As she prepares to take the WNBA by storm, one thing is clear: Caitlin Clark is not just ready for the next challenge. She's set to redefine what it means to be a powerhouse in women's basketball.
For all the people who spent yesterday talking about these people aren't jealous of Caitlin Clark, you don't know what you're talking about. That is the definition of jealousy. When you say, I deserve credit for this too, it's not just one person.
Yeah, I get it.
I deserve credit for this too. We deserve credit. You want to throw the we in? We deserve credit for this too. It's not just one person. That's jealousy.
Let's not forget that Caitlin Clark draining 25 straight threes wasn't a fluke. It's a sign of just how dialed in she is. Last season, she already put up impressive numbers, shooting 41.7% from the field and 34.4% from beyond the arc. Those are solid stats, especially for a rookie who had to shoulder a significant offensive load. But here's the thing: Caitlin Clark isn't here to be just solid. She wants to be spectacular. Imagine what would happen if she pushed her field goal percentage closer to 50% or bumped her three-point accuracy up to 40%. We're talking about a player who's already one of the league's most dynamic scorers becoming even more efficient. She wouldn't just be putting up 20 or 30 points a night. She'd be dominating the court, turning every game into a highlight reel. What truly sets Clark apart is her commitment to self-improvement. She isn't just interested in being a star, she wants to be one of the greats. This isn't a player who's content with good enough. She has a hunger for greatness, and that's what has everyone excited. Her work ethic, dedication to her craft, and willingness to put in the hours are evident. Her coaches and teammates are paying attention. They know they've got something special in Clark, and they're counting down the days until the season kicks off. Now, let's talk about the message Clark is sending to the league with her workouts and laser-focused approach. She's making it crystal clear. She's not here to coast or play it safe. She's coming back stronger, faster, and more determined than ever. This isn't a player satisfied with one good season. She has her sights set on something bigger. The WNBA better be ready because Caitlin Clark is on a mission and is bringing a whole new level of intensity to the game. Yet her off-season wasn't just about basketball. Clark is also making waves off the court, showcasing a side of herself that's just as impressive as her skills on the hardwood. Whether it's engaging with fans, participating in charity events, or enjoying downtime with friends, she's building her brand and connecting with her community in meaningful ways. Clark understands that being a top player means more than just on-court performance. It's about influence and impact, both in sports and beyond. As she gears up for the new season, fans can expect not only a refined player, but also a role model who embodies hard work, dedication, and authenticity. The future is bright for Caitlin Clark, and her journey is just getting started.
I would say the biggest thing is just you can't take a second off. No matter who you're guarding, no matter if you're on offense or defense, like you breathe for 1 second and you're not looking at your man and she's on the other side of the court. So I think that's the biggest thing is everybody's so skilled. Like this is the most competitive league in the world because there's not that many spots. So every person that's getting on the floor is really, really talented. So I think just, you can't take one single possession off, whether it's on offense or defense. And
when she's not in the gym, Caitlin Clark has been busy giving back to her community. From attending charity events to advocating for causes close to her heart, Clark is proving she's more than just an athlete. She's a role model. Using her platform to make a positive impact is just as important to her as her work on the court. Some fans might wonder if this balance means she's easing off the gas. Shouldn't she be training 24/7? However, Clark's approach is different. She understands that to stay at her best, maintaining a healthy balance is crucial. Experts in sports psychology back this up. Taking time to recharge and connect with family and friends can prevent burnout and keep athletes performing at their peak. Clark's time off isn't a distraction. It's what keeps her focused and energized for the season ahead. As the season inches closer, fans are eager to see how this balanced approach will play out on the court. Will a more relaxed, centered Caitlin Clark be the unstoppable force the Indiana Fever need? The answer is coming soon, and it's got everyone talking. With renewed confidence, drive, and intensity, Clark's return isn't just about points on the board, it's about leadership and energy. Last season, she helped the Fever achieve their best record in nearly a decade, and now they're ready to compete even further. With young talent and a fresh approach from the front office, the Fever are transforming into playoff contenders, thanks in large part to Clark's influence. As the team gears up for the upcoming season, all eyes are on Caitlin Clark and her dynamic presence on the court.
Coach and your GM are talking about it as well.
yeah, it's definitely upsetting. I don't think nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful.
Caitlin Clark is here to leave a legacy. Last season, she made waves as a rookie, but she isn't resting on her accomplishments. This offseason has been all about hard work and pushing herself to the next level. Determined to bring her best to the game and lead the Fever to new heights, Clark isn't viewing this as just another season. It's a chance to make history. So, what can fans expect from Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever this season? One thing's certain, this season won't be ordinary. Clark has been grinding tirelessly, spending hours in the gym refining her shots and elevating her skills. Her message is clear. Good enough isn't in her vocabulary. Clark isn't just aiming to be a solid player. She's on a mission to be one of the greats. Her relentless ambition has sparked a fresh energy in the Fever's locker room, driving the entire team to rise to the occasion. As the season approaches, Fever fans should get ready for an unforgettable journey. Clark's story is just beginning, and she's here to make a statement. Her goals go beyond just playing. She's determined to make her mark and create a legacy that fans will remember. For every Fever fan and WNBA follower, this season is a must-watch. Caitlin Clark is back, stronger and more driven than ever, with her sights set firmly on greatness. So, what do you think of Caitlin Clark's off-season grind? Could this be the season she and the Fever take things to the next level? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Hit like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to stay updated on Caitlin Clark, the WNBA, and all things basketball. Thanks for watching.